Hello, Cancer, and welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So I am here to do a read, and this will be for you and that other person. Now, that other person might be a committed relationship, someone that you might be dating. It could be a person of interest. It could also be a friend or family member, okay? So just note that, all right? Now, I do appreciate your patience during this time. I am traveling and will be for a while, so just note that, all right? So I just want to make sure that we're going to be focusing on the cards here for you. And this will be for April 1st through the 15th, 2019, okay? Now, take what resonates, and I hope that there is something that resonates with you, dear Cancer. But also, my friends, if it doesn't, please save it for another Cancer or cross watcher, okay? All right, now, the messages I may be talking about, you might pick up a message on one side or the other, and that's okay. Just, again, take what resonates. It doesn't have to mean that you fall on just one side or the other, but I will be focusing on one side for you and the other. So just note that, all right? But take it as it comes, and there you have it. If you would like a personal read, then go to theguidedintuitive.com and we'll get you hooked up over there, okay? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and cut the deck and see what's out here for you. Let's see here. So your first card coming out, the blood dance, okay? So quite interesting, Cancer, because this is talking about this life force energy that is moving through your veins right now. And you can see there's a lot of passion in that dress that she's wearing. Now, this, again, is more about the energies. So really focus on the energies, even though there's might be a female posted here with a dress. This is all about that passionate energy. This is the root chakra, which is the red, and then the green is more of the heart chakra, and then you've got the solar plexus, which is the confidence. And it's like they're all coming together, and there's this beautiful dance that's happening, and the universe is shining light on this dance for the stability of this person. So I think that's what's really, really key. There's almost like the blood is rushing through the veins, and the blood is dancing through the veins in this divine soul. And what's happening here is that there's a surge of life force that's being propelled into a new way of being. And like it's on this influx of energy. Now, it could be relating to a particular, a person, but I think this is your own life force energy. But then it could be that's the type of energy that you're feeling for this other person as well, too. It's like you come to life a little bit more and you're kind of feeling it. So that's what's happening there. Now, it's a 42 card, which reduces to a 6, right? And sixes talk about being in the flow, especially in the Chinese culture. But it's about being in the flow, and you do see that on this card there, right? It's like this flow that's going right through, and it's really beautiful. So just keep that in mind. It's about that security and that existence and that physical aspect from that earth sign of that root chakra, but then it moves up, and there's a lot about the heart chakra, which talks about love and relationships. There's just tons of green in here that you see. So and it's giving you the power. It's giving that life force and that power, that power to move forward. So this is beautiful. So let's see what else wants to come through. So there's a flow and a relationship in some way, shape, or form, okay? So Cancer, you get Heartfire. So this is talking to me about that your heart is unfolding and it's moving into light. So you see how this beautiful rose is kind of unfolding, and there's the center of that is light. And it's almost as if your soul and you are unfolding. This is a 1 card, and it's beautiful, and it's just this really focused in on riding the waves of passion at this time, okay? And there is like this descent in coldness, right? And it's kind of unfolding one by one by one by one, and it's and this is just saying is that ebb and flow of things kind of moving, even the blood in your veins as it's moving in there. This is saying is that trust in that presence, trust in that ebb and flow, because you're going to realize that whether your passionate fire is obvious. What's happening is it's in your life, and it's dwelling within you, and it gains power from the deepest sources of your own being, and then it allows you to rise again once more, right? So accept the fire in your heart and know that this is how you are meant to be, and you are on fire. and this relates to with love. And so you're on fire with love for all that is, okay? So this is saying, this message showing up for you is saying, just trust the passion in your heart to guide you to your decisions at this time relating to this other person in some way, shape, or form. So that's what's coming into play, saying to trust that. What would make you feel most alive? What this is asking you to do is to answer that question. And whatever that answer is, it's saying, okay, we'll do that. Okay, so that's what it wants to let you know. So if you're feeling a lack of passion, maybe in terms of relationship or in your life, just know that you can step back and maybe take a little bit of comfort that's it's awakening in your heart right now. Okay, it's bringing something that has been to rest back to life once again. Okay, so beautiful. So you're gonna have some love shining on that. So I love seeing that. What else is coming out for Cancer here? Okay, the Christ flame. I've never seen this one. It's a 31 card. It brings it to a 4, and that is about some sort of stability in some way, shape, or form. And so it's beyond religion that there's a flame, to all hearts that's willing to receive the divine. So no matter what religion that you are, it could be source flame, whatever that is for you, this is saying that flame belongs to all hearts that are willing to receive the divine. And be open to it as a lover would open the heart, to receive the beloved. So you might have to open up your heart in some way, shape, or form. And this is saying that you're going through some sort of awakening, which brings you closer to the divine. And it brings you more love in your heart and more depth of compassion. Sometimes it can bring a little bit more sadness, anger, and a need to contribute to positive healing action, right? Like to change the world. But you may be one of those introspective souls that does this through mastering their inner world, and that could be through yoga or meditation or something of that sort. Or you might be that extroverted soul where you move into responding with inspired action, right? And you might want to help out an organization, and that type of thing. And so that's what's really kind of coming into play here. So it just brings guidance that you're connecting with your consciousness and your heart. And it's awakening your heart, and there's this flame inside you now, and you're a part of that awakening that's happening on this earth right now, and you're exactly where you need to be. You're doing exactly what you are meant to do, so it's saying to keep doing it, okay? So Cancer, whatever that is, keep doing that. And even especially as you awaken in your heart, you show that compassion, that empathy for another person too. So you're going through some sort of awakening there, which is beautiful. And then there's the breaking, right? To awake, there's sometimes a breaking down of something. And this is a 6 + 5, and that brings it into an 11. And that's kind of like a one next to each other. And it's kind of going through the gateway, between kind of like the next world, and seeing that it could be even two people coming together. But within that, there's some sort of breaking down. Something needs to be broken so it can be built up. And so that's what's coming into play here. How beautiful. It's kind of like the breaking of the wave, right? As the waves kind of swell up, they also have to break down. Again, more about that ebb and flow that we talked about in the first 2 cards here, right? That ebb and flow, and trusting in that. So trust in the breaking. If something needs to go away, this is saying trust in it. If there is a mindset that needs to break away, it's saying to trust that and to let that go, because that breaking is going to open you up to something even more grand, in terms of you and perhaps how it affects another person. It's almost as if you're breaking apart to come back together again each and every time. And you worry that sometimes you may be going too far, that you might not recover or, come back, to that next wave and that next ebb and flow. But what can you do? I mean, can you be held back from the divine love that's calling you right now, that's learning to be all that you are? Because Cancer, right now, there's a love that's asking you to be all that you are and to remember your divine nature, okay? So temporary rest, before the storm is best. So just take rest if you need to, and then dive into the storm and let yourself be broken hearted by the divine, so that you can become your truth and be all that you're meant to be. And it's better to have your heart broken so it grows than to be brokenhearted and think that you must always sit back and just protect yourself from love. And that's what's coming into play here. So it's quite interesting. So perhaps there's been a relationship that has been broken apart, and not sure how to put that together. Let me pull one more card and see what else wants to come up. And the 11 is a very spiritual card too. Reduces to an 11, so it's a master number. The bride offers herself. So how interesting. So every bride shall have her bridegroom, or her groom, I should go to, so to speak. Yeah. Interesting. It's like the surrendering and giving to herself. This could just as well be a man, a man offering himself to a woman, let alone a woman offering herself to a man. But this is about a surrender in some way, shape, or form to the breaking. Here, getting together with Source and then feeling that new surge of life within you. So how interesting. This is a 43 card that reduces to a 7. And sevens are very insightful numbers, but very interesting. So, anything else that comes to here is really just talking about accept what's being offered now, and maybe there's a challenge that you have to, or maybe you have to ease one step at a time, the ways forward, moving forward. But this is saying that it's a time of importance in relationship. You've been revealing yourself. And what's been happening is that you're just really being who you are and not afraid of being who you are, and you're sharing yourself and wanting to connect. You're being vulnerable in some way, shape, or form, and it's going to attract the response that you need at the perfect time. So just know, remember, like I said before, every bride shall have, her bridegroom. And that's what's coming into play. Beautiful. Whose do you need to check out? Gosh, who's the other card? I don't know. Some other sign got this, guy. So I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But now this other person is riding the cosmic wave, right? Riding the cosmic wave. You get the breaking and they're riding the wave, right? So quite interesting. This is a 6 card. How interesting. And the 6 again are more, going with the flow. They're considered to be somewhat lucky as well. Now, riding the cosmic wave, it's like sometimes you have to just surrender to the divine in this process and just kind of let it go with the ebb and the flow. Very much mirroring you here, Cancer. So very interesting. But that's what's coming into play. So it's a time of there's a time to work hard, and there's a time to allow the fruits of the labor to manifest, and which can be carried by the forces of emotion, kind of by energy. So you can go, you can let go and then move further sometimes than reaching farther with less effort, okay? So now's the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and instead just ride the wave. Remember, let go. Let go and give in and ride, okay? That redness there is really talking about the root chakra, physical, security, the earth type process. And it's, I'm grounded, I'm safe, I'm secure, and, affirming that all is how it is supposed to be, and I accept the present moment. So that's what this is asking you to do. Give in, let go, and then you're going to be moved. And that's what's happening with this other person, is they're kind of having to let go, right? And so that's what's happening. What else for this other person? So you, Cancer, no. Yin-Yang lover. So 8 card, okay, so the 8s, really talking about, the meaning of 8. It's considered a lucky number in the Chinese culture as well, as to generate wealth. So prosperity with the number 8 is valued greatly, but that's what's kind of coming through. Okay, so prosperity, success, high social status. It could also be business is favorable in some way, shape, or form, but it's got a lot of power and a lot of strength, okay? But this is the yin-yang lever that's coming through. And so when I see this is the balancing. This is like this balancing of whether you feel like you're closer to your goal or you're away from your goal, you're actually making real spiritual progress. And what you want is the same thing that's wanting you. So if you want a balancing in terms of a love relationship, what you are seeking is seeking you. It's only a matter of time before you get it. This is great. So that other person is it's just a matter of time. There might be some divine timing at play through this process. Okay. So there is a force of attraction that is stronger than your conscious control at this time. And that's what this is saying. There's no need to fight that. It says you could just learn to speak the language instead. And this is saying, you know, don't step away what you love to grab a hold of and get second prize. Claim your first prize. It's there waiting for you, and it's yours alone. No one can claim, you know, your own divine birthright for you. So be yielding, but let your desire fill your body, your heart, and your mind. And you don't have to fight for what's yours. You just need to come. It will come to you through the field of attraction, and it's going to emanate from your own heart. And that's what this is saying for this other person. So that's what this is saying. How interesting. What else wants to come into play? Let's see what else. Soft. This is maybe just, you know, stepping back and being a little bit more softer in the approach, you know, in terms of this relationship, and making it a little lighter, a little bit more playful. The yellow is about the solar plexus, and the green is about the heart chakra. And it's coming, both of those coming into play and intertwining a little bit, right? And then to bring this pearl of light. But this is saying is to be soft and to be malleable and to be flexible in this process. This, again, is an 11 card. You know, it could be two people. So in a relationship, be a little bit more softer in the approach and in the way you're approaching this other person. So that's what this other person needs to do. Maybe be a little bit more softer in their approach to gain, to move forward. And what else? Loving all that is. So if this other person is getting grounded, it's a 22 card that talks about, you know, the foundation. Loving all that is. How beautiful. It's like a woman that's hugging the divine in the process, and you know, through that process, you know, gets very extremely grounded, you know, and being all that they can be. So it's about loving all that they can, being all that they can be, and letting their anger, you know, that fire underneath, respecting that, because there's also peacefulness in the heart as well. You know, if there's something that's challenging them, it could be a worry or a challenge. It's saying just okay, just love it and embrace it. It's going to make sense when it needs to, but right now, if there's a painful cramp happening, it just needs to be. It's been curled up for way too long. The message is for this other person is to really just love and let everything's going to take care of itself. So that's what it is over there. And anything else for you over here? Hidden beauty. Oh, this is gorgeous. So this is a 9, and something is coming to fruition. I think you're actually realizing the hidden beauty within yourself, Cancer. And there's no need to hide anymore. It's a 45 card. There's no need to hide. And this is saying is that you are such a beautiful glimpse of beauty. And there's even still more to be revealed in you, quite frankly, okay? Be patient, look more closely, right? Soften your heart a little bit. And know that you're being shown beauty in the situation, okay? Just wait. Let the vision come alive, and you shall witness what was once hidden, okay? And this is a suggestion from the divine guidance that you may think you see the whole picture, but it needs you to look deeper, because something that brings you a lot of joy, hope, and reassurance is something you're going to see. You're going to see something, and it's going to be a more beautiful perspective here. And it's going to nourish you and all, you know, the other people that are involved. So take heed and just relax that all is meant to be. And then soon too that you are able to see this. Okay. So there's something that's hidden. Okay. That needs to come out. This is beautiful. It could be this relationship as well. So let's go ahead and see what it is that you want to say to this person. And then what this other person wants to say to you. My little bell is becoming vocal. Okay, what you want to say to this person, Cancer, is that this feels awful. Can we start again and really listen to each other? Wow. This is a powerful intervention that really just gets you down to, hey, I don't like what's happening. Let's just start all over and forget where we were and begin again and clear the slate. So this hopefully will maybe put some words, you know, to the feeling that you might have in some way, shape, or form. And what does this person want to say to you? When you treat me this way, it feels like you don't respect me. Is that true? So maybe this person is saying that, hey, in some way, shape, or form, something is is not feeling good inside of them, perhaps from a way or an action of some sort that had taken place, through each other here. And perhaps it felt a little demeaning and humiliating to them. And what they want to do is to kind of bring this up and to really understand the crux of the situation. Okay, so that's what's coming up. And what is it that Cancer that you would like to say to them also? What else? Here it is. I was just reacting to you as if you were my father, and I know that you are not. Okay, so sometimes we ask our spouse, why aren't you listening to me? Like my little Bella saying, why aren't you listening to me? Come pet me, which I will do right after this read. Okay, but this is saying is that this is, let's say, the real conversation can begin, because sometimes there's some different experiences that we were raised with that brings up something and saying, hey, I know that does remind me of my father, and I know that you're not. You're supposed to be my partner, my person of interest, that other person, in my life that I do love. So I just want acknowledging you that I know that you're not that, and that's some work I need to work on. And what is it the other person would like to say to you? Let's see what that is. This is, oh, I'm sorry I made such a big deal out of something so unimportant. Oh, so perhaps they got carried away with something and, basically saying, I'm sorry. The two most beautiful words, if spoken very truthfully, can really open a conversation up, no doubt. So that's what's coming into play. So they're owning up to their piece of badness in some way, shape, or form. Okay. And then I'll pull the soul trees and see if anything else wants to come out here that's going to breach this gap for you. Sacred. Oh, this is nice. So this is really talking to me about recognizing and honoring the sacred life, the divine spiritual plan. And wasn't what all this was talking about in the first place on your side over here? It was really just divine and trusting the ebb and the flow, and the trees and the branches sway. That's what's coming up here. Wow. Very interesting. And then what else can help you in this process? Let's see, Cancer, what's up? Curiosity. Okay, so curiosity is coming into play. So this is saying is that, be curious. It's about, perhaps playing, creating a little bit, in exploring your interest, and just follow your creative tendencies, This is the solar plexus. It's going to bring a lot more power, and the red is the root chakra that keeps you grounded. It's going to give you power and give you security if you do a little bit of this, okay? It's going to really help you, okay? So do keep that in mind, okay? And then what about this other person? Solitude. They're taking some time out and going within, and they're actually, just doing a little bit of that at some quiet time to meditate, reflect, and rest. So they could be going through some sort of, a spiritual awakening, transformation in some way, shape, or form. What else for them? Observe. And they're just, really observing, going within and really observing, and looking beyond the surface to gain some insight and understanding, right? They're trying to uncover and yet discover by going within. So that could be what they're doing. And one last card for you that can help you out here. What would that be? Rejoice. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, you can do that, right, Cancer? You can do that. So that is just basically saying celebrate, joy, and delight. So there might be something positive really coming into play here. So this is beautiful. Rejoicing, this is the divine, which is the the seventh chakra. It's that purple, that violet, that really rich violet, and a lot of the solar plexus coming through. And then, of course, at the root of the tree is your grounding, and that is the root chakra. So really, really beautiful. So, okay, well, I look forward to seeing you in the second half of April, Cancer. And until then, namaste.